Good enough.
Let me try to remember the intro.
Oh, geez, we have an intro. You start it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Because you say we're going to jump right in. That's your first line.
No, it's not. It's...
No, it's
I'm
not.
Kim.
Oh, I was thinking of like...
Line! Your name's Kim.
No, your first line is, that's Ashley.
Awkward.
Oh, no. Okay, welcome to the KDrama Show with Ashley and Kim.
That's Ashley.
That's Kim. We're here to recap and relive our favorite moments from No Gain, No Love with you, our listeners.
We are going to jump right in, so if you have not yet, make sure you watch the whole season of this really fun show.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Because there's spoilers. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, without further ado, we are at the... Let's jump right in. No.
Yep. Let's get right into it.
Yes, because I already said let's jump right in. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Welcome to the KDrama Show. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Kim.
We're here to unpack your all-time favorite Korean dramas and chat about all the reasons that we find these shows so charming.
And so addictive. And we know you do too, so settle in with some ramen and a boba tea while we dive into the KDrama Show with Ashley and Kim.
Make sure you are following us on all of our platforms. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and on YouTube.
Okay, so No Gain, No Love. This was one of my picks. I had watched it around the time that it came out last year in 2024. And it's an easy watch. It's one of those that's not like anything super special, but it's just really fun. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this would be a good one to review because it's not super, super long.
Right.
And it's, yeah. Anyway. So our director's name is Kim Jung-sik, who also worked on Strong Girl Nam Soon.
Okay.
Words are hard. Which we can circle back to in a minute. Mm-hmm. And then it was written by Kim HaeSeong, who also wrote Her Private Life and Spice Up Our Love, which is a spin-off of this show. But do you want to go through our main cast?
Yes. So first we have Son HaeYeong, who's played by Shin Mina. She is known for publicly dating Kim Woo-bin for over 10 years, and even taking time off like during his cancer diagnosis and his treatment until he's recovered, and now he's...
And they're married now.
And they're married now, which is all we want in life. But she is known for Arang and the Magistrate, Chief of Staff, My Girlfriend is a Gumyo, Oh My Venus, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, No Gain, No Love, and then she has quite a few other shows and movies.
She has a new one called Karma that's coming out this year.
Yes.
Or maybe it's already come out, I don't know.
I don't think it's come out yet.
Okay.
Next we have Kim JiUk, who is played by Kim Yong-dae. He is known for Extraordinary You, Perfect Family, When the Weather is Fine, Undercover, The Forbidden Marriage, Moon in the Day, Dear Ex, Shooting Stars, and No Gain, No Love. Next we have Bok Kyu-hyuk, played by Sang-gi. He's known for Suits, Voice, Prison Playbook, Crash Course in Romance, Pung the Johnson Psychiatrist, Yumi's Cells, and I think there's like a second one of that show as well, When the Camilla Blooms, Youth of May, The Third Charm, My Demon, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, Spice Up Our Love, No Gain, No Love, Bloodhounds, and Good Boy, which just released this year on Amazon. Next we have Nam Jae-yeon, who is also known as Yeon Bora. She is played by Han Ji-hyun. She is known for The Wind Blows, The Penthouse War and Life, Face Me, No Gain, No Love, Cheer Up, Spice Up Our Love, and then that's the spinoff.
Cheer up, baby. Sorry.
Okay. Then we have Yo Ha-jun, who he's our secretary, played by Lee Yoon-jin, and he's in Hello My 20s, Familiar Wife, One Spring Night, Be Melodramatic, Hello My 20s, 2, Spice Up Our Love, and No Gain, No Love. And we have Kwon YiLin, who's played by Jeon Hae-won, known for My Dearest, Alchemy of Souls, Under the Queen's Umbrella, Because This Is My First Life, True Beauty, Our Beloved Summer, Love, Marriage, and Divorce, No Gain, No Love, and Kiss Goblin. Which, fun fact, the first time I ever tried to look up Goblin, that was the first show that came up was Kiss Goblin, because I didn't know it had 2 different names. And I was like, this is not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Then we have An WooJae, who's played by Song Won-sok, and he is in Arang and the Magistrate, Lovers of the Red Sky, My Only, Business Proposal, No Gain, No Love, Never Twice, Strange School Tales, Joseon Survivor Period, and Pink Lie. and I've only heard of a few of those. And lastly, we have Lee Yoonok, who is played by Yoon Bo-kin, and she's in Dinner Mate, Agency, Forecasting Love and Weather, Cheer Up, The One and Only, Vincenzo, Cheese in the Trap, So I Married the Anti-Fan, Suspicious Partner, The Lies Within, Train, The Promise, Lovers in Bloom, No Gain in Love, and others, because she's had a much longer career. So those are our main, most important people.
Yeah. So, Son HaeYeong, played by Shin Mina, she is considered one of 4 commercial TV stars of N generation in Korea, which is basically like the American equivalent of millennial. And she was discovered when she sent a photo of herself to this magazine called Kiki and was recruited for modeling. And her acting debut was in 2001. Her breakout role was on A Bittersweet Life, and that was just 4 years after she had been discovered for modeling, which was kind of a rapid
It's a quick
shift.
Yeah.
But she is known for being like a philanthropist, and she's given an estimated 3.3 billion Korean won as of December 2022.
Wow.
In 2009, she wrote Shin Mina's French Diary. She married Kim Woo-bin, who she met on the set of a commercial shoot. And in 2012, she won the Best Couple Award for Arang and the Magistrate. And in 2015, she won the Best Couple and Excellent Actress Award for Oh My Venus. And then Kim JiUk, who is played by Kim Young-dae, he has a special appearance in True Beauty. And there's like a whole cameo theme from the cast. The cast of Extraordinary You has a whole cameo in True Beauty because they were both based off of very popular webtoons that were rising to like popularity about the same time. And so when we get to True Beauty, I'm really excited for you to watch it. But he is fluent in Korean, English, and Chinese. And his MBTI is INTJ. And in 2023, he won Best Actor for Shooting Stars. And in 2022, he won the Popularity Award. So, there are your fun facts.
There are fun facts. I like it.
Let us jump into... Let's go over tropes. I only wrote down a few of them. I think some of them got erased, if I'm being totally honest. We have the Kopiko, when the teams are unloading things, and we see HaeYeong be really jealous when he gets the job at Kkulbee Education, and they're going to that event to try to sign up students to join their app or whatever. And he shares his Kopiko with the female recruits as well, and she's just like seething about it. And then we also have a Kopiko from, who is it? I don't remember. I didn't write it down.
The secretary, right?
Was it the secretary?
Because there's quite a few Kopiko, and I was like...
thinking it was between the girls, between the sisters, but I can't remember
that
off the
could
top
be
of
as
my
well.
head. But then we have the white truck of doom that took out the person across the street. It didn't hit the person that was it was barreling toward. So there's a bit of a red herring there. Because it was going toward GyuHyeon, and it swerves and misses, but then JaYeon passes out because she's real stressed about life and whatever. And then we have a couple of red herrings. They play this really well when JiUk is in that new apartment that he's been gifted. And that secretary is there, Mr. Jong, I think is his name.
Yeah.
And they kind of do this dance around JiUk's wondering, like, why am I getting all of this stuff? Maybe you're my dad? And he just goes, I'm infertile. And he's just like, what?
Oh, wow, okay.
Mr. Jong says, do you want to see the paperwork from the hospital? I can prove it to you. Like, oh, okay.
Savage.
Well, awkward.
That escalated so quickly.
It's like asking a woman if she's pregnant when she's not. Are you my dad? No. And then the other one was Chaeyeon blaming GyuHyeon for being the one who belittled her and slandered her, but it was actually her first love who who tore her to shreds online and caused the lawsuit.
And, was insanely brutal.
Yeah. A little too personal. The other thing I wanted to talk about were the Easter eggs. that we found sprinkled throughout the show. So in episode 1, we had What's Wrong with Mr. Kim, which is like a spoof of What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Then we had Spice Up Our Love, which is a 2-episode spin-off of this show that they actually made with JaYeon and GyuHyeon's characters.
Yep.
And then Office Matchmaking, which I think is a spoof of, help me.
Is it Flower Crew Joseon Marriage Agency?
No, I think the one I'm thinking of has matchmaking in it, unless I made that up, which is totally possible. Been known to make things up. Anyway, so hello. Then in episode 4, we have Spice Up Our Life, which is the webtoon that JaYeon is writing that they make the spin-off of.
Spice Up Our Life, yeah.
And then episode 4, we also have An WooJae as Byung-Woosok. I wrote down combined An WooJae and Byung-Woosok together.
Oops.
The kid who's replaces JiUk in the convenience store. So he gets a cameo here because he is actually good friends with the actor Youngdae who plays JiUk. And then he had connections with the director who brought him in from a previous project to work on this. So it's kind of a fun little cameo.
So cute.
He's also in Record of Youth. I love his performance in that. It's really good.
Lovely Runner is his known drama.
I feel like he's kind of rising to popularity a bit more lately.
He's huge right now. He is also in Strong Girl Namsoon.
That's probably some of it.
He's the villain.
Oh.
He's such a good villain.
And I think Youngdae is also in Strong Girl Namsoon, isn't he?
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen it.
JiUk?
Maybe.
The JiUk character?
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember who
because I think that's where they met, if I'm remembering.
Okay.
Sorry, it's been a minute.
It has.
And then we have episode 6 where So-hae from Her Private Life runs into GyuHyeon after his community service hours, which is because the writer of this show was also the writer on Her Private Life. And it makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of vibe. I don't know how else to put it.
Yes.
That I can see where it just, the chemistry between the characters and the way that they're written, it hits really well.
It was so good. Mm-hmm. As soon as she came up, I was like, wait, why are you saying I'm Dr. Om? And I'm like, I actually paused it and I looked up. I was like, what is the name of the gallery in Her Private Life? I wanted to make sure it was the same. And I was like,
yep.
I was paying attention.
And I love that the two worlds coexist. That was such a fun way to do that.
Yes, I agree.
I would be interested to know if this writer, Kim HaeSeong was her name, I think. I want HaeYeong and HaeSeong. If she has some kind of connection to the adoption community, because the way that she writes about adoption in the foster care system in Korea, I feel like she has some personal tie to it because Her Private Life was about the foster care adoption system, and then this one is about the foster care system. So I'm just curious to know what, maybe she's just passionate about it or if she has some personal tie to it.
Yeah.
I'd be really curious because I've really connected well with these two shows for that reason.
Right.
So I just thought that was really cool. Okay. Should we get into favorite moments?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I stopped counting how many favorite moments I had after about episode 6.
I tried to just take one from every episode.
Perfect. We tried to do 10, but that's really hard for us. We don't know how to limit ourselves.
And knowing that we're each going to have different ones.
Yeah. We make the rules. It's our show. Get over it.
Okay. So the first one that I have was the wedding outfit reveals.
Wedding outfit reveal.
When they go, because she's like, I'm just going to rent a dress.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
And her turning around and JiUk just going, That's your choice?
I have no words.
You're committed to that one? Because it is Victorian style, but with extra frills, and it is
A little outdated.
And, like, it almost is like you're trying to go to a costume party or, like, a masquerade.
But that was her goal.
Right.
Because she wanted to detract any attention away from the groom so that he was less memorable than she was in that moment.
And so, but then I just loved that when he was like, okay, I guess I'll just go pick something because...
You clearly don't care.
You don't care. And when YiLin and WooJae, like, happen to be there, and then she's like, is that your fiance? Oh my gosh.
She and the shop owner, they're just, like, fangirling over him.
So great.
I think he's so handsome.
Because, I loved that because it was, then WooJae's just like, what is happening?
I hate this for so many reasons.
My ex, my wife, like...
My wife is fawning over my ex's current fiance.
This is
so many
problems. So I really enjoyed that one.
That's
I thought it was hilarious.
I did mine chronologically.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Because I couldn't even rank them. I'm just like, nah.
No, they're not. It's not ranked. This is
okay,
just.
You're just going in order
picked,
of what you liked.
Cool. Because like I realized after the fact, I was like, I really liked in the convenience store when she's drunk and he's behind the, like, in the cooler, like, stocking drinks, and he's just like, they're just staring at each other as like that was just.
Yeah, it's kind of
that was just great.
It's kind of like two cats. Where they're like, are we gonna fight or are we gonna, like, go our separate ways? We'll just
or are we just gonna, like, eventually have our nose meet and then
walk away?
Be like, all right, that's not a big deal.
From episode 1, I really liked the wedding dream. She's having this fantasy about when she realizes that her ex-boyfriend WooJae had two-timed her, and not only that, but he proposed to his now wife the night that
she broke up with him.
HaeYeong broke up with him. So clearly they had been dating for months and months and months before. Like, he was having his cake and eating it this whole time. And so she has this fantasy built up in her head where she's like, tablecloth, dress, veil, flowers. And then she goes up and is, like, bombing all of the photos with obscene gestures and whatnot. But in reality, she goes up there and she does not have a revenge arc. And she, in fact, catches the bouquet from YiLin, and it's just, it falls a little flat. But
poor girl.
I thought it was hilarious. The other one was the interview from episode 1, where JiUk's in the interview and the leaders are trying to, like, spin his orphanism in a way that it's negative and it's going to affect his ability to be a good employee. But he has every correct answer for whatever criticism they throw at him. And then they end up turning to the female employee because they're like, we can't bait you. And they question her ability to work in her childbearing years, which is super illegal in America, by the way.
So illegal.
Very not legal. So if that happens to you, maybe call somebody. And whether she's going to make a stink about, like, inappropriate advances from her superiors, male superiors, things like that, since she's a single woman in a male-dominated workplace. And the other male interviewee kind of cops out when he's addressed about it, and he says, well, I would tell her that she may be misunderstood or she shouldn't be misleading other employees, which is just meh. And then he says, not that any of the companies at this, not that any of the employees at this company would ever do such a thing. But then JiUk pipes up and he calls them out for their secondary victimization, where he says you don't believe the victim when they have been victimized. And he has it recorded on his phone and everything. But they call him the Buddha of lighter electronics.
Yeah. The one to call people out. And then his answer, like, when they come up to him afterwards, of just being like, oh, no, I was just doing an experiment for my professor.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but they appreciated him. My other one was the proposal with the mustard pom-pom jellies. It was sweet.
That one was very sweet.
I thought it showed that he pays attention. And also, where did he find all of those discontinued candies?
Oh, he said he called around to...
Yeah, but who had that many?
Enough of them, apparently.
Crazy. And how much did he pay for them for a fake wedding?
Probably more than he needed to.
Seriously. And then there's a reference made. It's during the wedding day. Do you have anything leading up to that?
I just have the reveals, and then I have, like, right after.
Go ahead.
The wedding.
Right after the wedding?
Yeah. Because part of it was, I still wasn't quite sure about HaeYeong yet, because she's a lot to take.
Kind of a butthole in the first couple of episodes.
I'd say at least the first 5 episodes, 6. Like, she's really hard to...
It's hard to palate.
Yeah, and be like, what? And understanding that, like, I will say the one thing from the wedding day that was my favorite was knowing what her mom was going through and being like, no, this is a day for her. Like, this is her day.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say, was JaYeon says, this isn't HaeYoung's fake wedding. This is our mom's first funeral.
Right. And that was
everyone's opportunity to say goodbye to her before she completely lost all of her lucidness and...
Right.
Yeah.
And even for her daughter to just be like, this is when I have to just say goodbye now, because she already doesn't remember me.
Yeah.
So that one was... I didn't... When I was typing everything out, I was like, that one didn't hit me. And then later I was like, oh, that one was... oh.
It was good.
Okay. But after the wedding, when the two couples happen to be at the same hotel right next door, and so they can't even, like, pull off the fake marriage of, like...
Well, JiUk wasn't even going to go to the hotel with her, but then they had to keep up the facade, and they're like, when can I leave? When can I leave? Well, we're going to walk in the same...
direction.
We share a wall. That's great. Everyone wants to share a wall on their honeymoon with somebody they know.
With their ex-boyfriend and his new wife.
Who doesn't know that he's your ex-boyfriend.
But she has decided that you're best friends now, so...
I know. She's so sweet.
She's so adorable. The letter that he left her. That
the honeymoon departure.
The honeymoon departure letter. Like, that was just so sweet. And, like, the way that he writes it of, like, I hope that you had a good wedding day. I, hope that in the future, when you do find the person that you do this for real with, that it goes well for you. Like, I wish you the best of luck. And, like, just was, like, very genuine of, like, they didn't like each other. They don't like each other. But to still just have, like, a genuine, like, I want you to have the best going forward.
Well, and she even tells him, like, her parting sentiment to him in the airport is, like, you need to be your own person. Stop trying to make other people happy. Everybody knows you as, like, this angelic dog who helps everybody, but you need to worry about you once in a while.
Right. And
she's like, we're still married, so we're technically family, so you need to listen to me. And he beams at this. Because she just called him family. And then when we cut to the night before, when he was writing the letter, we see him, like, tuck her in, and then he looks at their rings next to each other, and he has this fondness for her we have not really seen him just be open about up until this point. You could probably see hints of it in the bridal shop, where he could have just let her wear whatever the heck he wanted, but I think he was also kind of embarrassed by her.
Well, and then even the proposal of having that fondness there.
Yeah, absolutely. The reunification when JiUk gets hired by Kkulbee. So he falls off the face of the planet for a couple of months.
For like 3 months.
After the honeymoon. She can't reach him, can't get to his phone. He's quit his job at the convenience store.
He's moved away. He's nowhere to be found.
But it's his first day with the new recruits, and she's kind of taken aback. She's happy to see him, but also like, what the heck, man? Where did you go? So she's like,
why are you here?
Exactly. She like chases him down a hallway to figure out what happened. And he yanks her over, and they kind of go into a stairwell, you know, in the true office romance fashion. And before she can even start in on all of her argument talking points that she's had bottled up for all of these months, he just sticks a mustard pong jelly in her mouth, and he's like, wait a minute, I gotta explain myself. And she chews it very obediently. Because it kind of, it's like that TikTok trend where the girl gets in like, why are you late? Why are you? And they hand her like a plate of sushi, and they give her the neck pillow, and here's the Erewhon drink, and she's just like, okay, yeah, this is fine. He does that with her.
I'm okay now.
Everything's great. But she basically, after he kind of explains himself, kind of not, she threatens his life if things go sideways and their coworkers end up recognizing him as the groom, because it's just going to set this whole set of issues into motion.
That she really doesn't want to deal with. Because the whole point was for him to be forgotten.
Yes.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But her arguments of, if you eat in the office, it means that I'm not the one feeding you. If you show up and you're not dressed a certain way, that means I'm not the one taking care of you. Basically, everything that you do, if they know who you are,
it'll blow back on.
I'm going to look like the bad guy. So,
yep.
Leave, please. Or I'll throw you out myself. Like, I'll make sure you land right on your ear.
Which, on that topic, it leads us to the harassment report that gets filed against her for saying that very aggressively to him outside of a team dinner. She gets called into the office, right? Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about it?
Well, because even before that is when they're doing the event of getting kids signed up with the company. And there's a kid that she notices, because she's already, like, seething, like we said earlier, with how charming JiUk is, and all of the female coworkers are just like, he's so sweet, and he's so attentive, and all of the moms, like, once they, like, see him take off, like, the mascot bumblebee head, they're like, wow, he's so handsome.
I want to hear the pitch from you. You already heard it. I want to hear it again.
That one. I want that one to talk to me. HaeYeong noticing there's a child playing by himself, and so she just is like, hey, you know, what are you doing? Do you want to come, you know, even just learn about it? Like, well,
and he's nursing his arm,
and
too.
Yeah, noticing all of the bruises that are all over his body, and then his dad coming in and demanding, delete the photos, you have no right, my child's just clumsy. And she's going, you clearly are an abusive man. Like, those types of injuries don't just show up out of nowhere.
Especially when they're at different stages of healing.
Right. And he starts to get aggressive with her and is, like, literally about to lay hands on her, and JiUk notices and takes him down and is like, no, you don't get to do that. Like, but then they have the HR hearing, because she has submitted everything, because she's supposed to be completely unbiased,
but she's trying to get him fired.
Right. And so her bias is not working in anyone's favor. But then it's the hearing of, she's so mean, and she was demanding this, and she was telling him that, and she's sitting there going, I don't know how to explain this without me giving away something that I have no intention of giving away.
Well, while this is happening, JiUk was trying to reach her, and GyuHyeon had stopped JiUk and was like, hey, I got your back. I saw what was happening. You're not going to be able to reach her because I took care of some things for you. Because I wanted to be just like you. I wanted to be like the Buddha of lighter electronics and come to your rescue since you came to mine. Well, he doesn't understand the full context of what's happening here, and that it was a fake wife scolding a fake husband and not a real boss scolding a real subordinate. And two different contexts, right? So he takes off down the hallway. He's like, I gotta save her job because it's not gonna end well for her.
Or me.
Right, well, yeah, and so he runs in and he's like, I'm not a victim. I'm a husband. She's like, what are you doing right now? You better sit yourself down, friend.
Boy, I'm gonna take you out.
But then they kind of spin it to where, are you favoring him? Why didn't you say that he's on your team and he is actually your husband? Well, they're looking up the reports. Like, if we find favoritism, we're going to have to still have some kind of repercussion for this. And they're reading through it and they're like, oh, this is a lover spat because he did not sign up. He did not do this. He's
right.
He's not focusing his attention on whatever. I don't know if he's going to be a good long-term something or other. And JiUk's looking at her like,
really?
Thanks for trying to get me fired.
You kind of suck right now.
I just saved your job after you tried to get me to lose mine. Appreciate it.
And at least in the whole thing, though, is at the end of it is YiLin is going, no, I actually asked her day of. She had no idea. So, like, we can't.
Yeah, you can't put it on her.
You can't put it on her because I was like, I have nobody literally like 5 minutes before.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he said that I didn't tell her I applied because I didn't want it to be awkward. And then it's believable that, no one wanted to say anything because it would be a whole thing.
A whole thing. Yeah.
My next one is the ride in the car with the Kimbap and the Rings. Okay.
Please, I don't remember it. Kimbap and Rings.
They are riding to work. Kim, JiUk, and HaeSeong are riding together. HaeYeong. I knew I was going to do it. HaeYeong are riding together in the car, and she's so embarrassed to be seen with him because their marriage is still a secret. And so she's got her seat, like, reclined all the way back. And he says, there's a kimbap back there if you want it. And so she's just kind of munching on it. And he reaches over and rolls the seat up for her. Because he's like, if you eat laying down, you're going to choke.
Yeah.
And she makes a comment about the fact that she hasn't had this kimbap in a while. And he's like, why? You always used to buy it every day at the convenience store. And she goes, well, they're always out of it every time. And he says, yeah, it's a super popular flavor. So that makes sense. And she kind of wonders out loud why she was always able to get one when he would work there, and then she kind of trails off, and he's just smiling coyly, looking out the front window.
I don't know.
And she blurts out in this moment, she's like, why did you buy the ring? Because she had rented it for the wedding and returned it after the honeymoon.
Goodbye, yeah.
And she went back to rent it because he was there, and they need to keep up the facade now.
Right.
And she said it's not available for purchase or for rental because someone had purchased it. She's like, that's super weird. She goes, yeah, the person who rented it last actually bought it. And she goes, that's extra weird. Why would you do that? And she's like, maybe he has a girlfriend and he just knew he liked this couple ring and he's going to keep it. And he says he wouldn't be a fake husband if he had a girlfriend, right? Because that would be super disrespectful to the girlfriend.
Yeah, not okay.
And he is saved by the bell because HaeYeong gets a phone call at that moment, and he can beg off that explanation.
I can say that I don't have to talk about this right now. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's highlights, but I feel like it's important. The sisters. I honestly, the one sister, I don't even have her name because...
Which one? The pregnant one or the
pregnant one?
It is HeeSeong?
HeeSeong, is that what it is? Oh, and I think the only reason is because her storyline is so background. Sparse. So it's HaeYeong, and then you said it was...
JaYeon?
No, HaeYeong. HeeSeong, and then JaYeong. They are foster sisters. Their relationship is so... That is siblings right there. You don't have to be blood related, but if if that is siblings of, you have your peacemaker, you have your instigator, and then you have the one that just won't back down. Like,
which one are you?
I'm the one that won't back down. I think my sibling situation, we all kind of
trade off.
Yeah. The three girls, they get along for the most part, but the two of them live together while the one doesn't.
JaYeon.
And HaeYeong. Yeah, JaYeong and HaeYeong live together. And the only reason I'm getting into that is because of JaYeong being the writer. And the only reason I'm bringing that part up is because that's my next one of, because she is a writer. Mm-hmm. And we get into...
Very spicy.
Very spicy writer. This is when we really get into...
My husband was like, what are you watching? Like, I promise you, it's not that.
It's not.
I mean, it is, but it's not.
It's not. Because then we have GyuHyeok. He is the CEO of the company where HaeYeong works. And he is very much the why literacy is important, and then reading this web novel, and it's just
Smut.
It's smut. And he is like beyond offended.
Well, it's because he discovered his mother was reading it during the day.
And like he like spirals. And when I say spirals,
he hospitalizes himself.
I think that was another moment where I was just like, my guy. Like, you need to like just put it away. Walk away. You don't have to like address it. You don't. You can just...
Yeah.
I think I really loved when he gets charged for all of the comments. And I like their first meet, JaYeong and him, when outside the police station. And he's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, because she bumps into him and falls down and then realizes who she is. And just the both of them are going, nope. Nope.
They were both, like, prepared for confrontation, but not in that way, I don't think.
Not unexpected face-to-face. Like...
And I'm pretty sure he expected her to be some sort of
Troll?
crotchety... Yeah, just...
A troll.
Yeah, and she's, like, this beautiful... not well-dressed, not in that moment. But, yeah, it just looks put together, sort of.
Right, she's
or
not...
innocent, almost, like, yeah. One of mine is when KyuHyeon brings HaJun to the orphanage to volunteer with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have JaYeon visit. And KyuHyeon runs into her and realizes that HaJun might figure out that she's the writer of the smutty novel versus the children's writer that HaJun believes she is.
Right.
Because they knew each other from high school. They had an existing relationship. And she has created this fantasy around HaJun because all of her main characters are named after him. When he realizes that HaJun's going to figure out she's the writer, he rushes off with her. They take off around the corner. And when they finally stop and she's like, why did you do that? And he goes, HaJun. And he kind of stops and he covers it up. He's like, why are all your main characters named HaJun? Question mark.
Please tell me your secret.
And then he learns it's because she has a crush on someone named HaJun. And then she kind of sees like his eczema from all of the washing of the laundry that they're doing for volunteering at the orphanage, which she mandated, by the way, as part of his apology.
Right.
And they kind of go their separate ways, but she comes back from the pharmacy with some eczema cream for him. Then she sees him talking with HaJun, and he's now in boss mode. He's CEO Polk, right?
Right.
GyuHyeon ends up trying to protect her identity from HaJun, and he's like always scolding HaJun for being the world's worst secretary. He won't open the door, he's disrespectful, he always talks back.
He's late.
And so they're getting to the car and he's like, just open the door once. I don't know why you can't just do that. He's like, here's how you do it for your CEO. And then JaYeon's watching and then he sees her and he just like shoves HaJun into the backseat like, what do you want to eat?
Let's go.
We'll go get it. You just lay down in the back, take a nap, and I'll drive. And he does. He drives him away. But it's just such a shift from his initial just complete disdain for her as a person and hating her and then getting in front of her and being like, I actually see you as a person now and I'm not trying to make your life a living hell like I was 2 days ago.
I apologize. Yeah. Even if you don't believe me.
Yeah.
I'm so incredibly sorry. The discovery of JiUk's identity.
When KyuHyeon busts in the door?
No, like when he puts the listening device in his shoe when the secretary had come in.
Yeah.
And because he's like, what's going on? This is after the, are you my dad?
Are you my daddy?
But of being like, there's something going on here. I have my suspicions. And then having a listening, like little recording device that he hides in his shoe and then
uses his smartwatch.
And yeah, and comes back after the secretary leaves and like listens and goes, okay, I know what I'm dealing with now. And like just like the surrealness that he's going of like, I knew I wasn't wanted already, and now you're making me like have to work for the guy. Like, you guys all suck. Everyone sucks here.
The house is nice.
The house is very nice.
And can I keep the car? My wife really likes it. So my next one was the rooftop kiss. This happens when they have the housewarming for the office mates.
Right.
And everyone's kind of left.
Gotta put on that we're
the facade.
Honeymoon phase still.
Yeah, and so he's ended up moving in because he's told Secretary Jong, like, I want no part of this anymore. I'll take the car and leave.
I'm out.
Thank you. And so he ends up moving into the upstairs at HaeYeong. Wow. Whoa. HaeYeong's apartment. He's seen with his suitcase and the wedding photo going up the stairs, which is a super weird thing to carry upstairs after you've just had your housewarming party. And we see JaYeon sees WooJae watching JiUk go up the stairs with all that stuff. And so she calls HaeYeong, is like, hey, you better go do some damage control.
Fix this.
So HaeYeong has rushed up the stairs and plants like a little kiss on the corner of his mouth just to make it look from far away like they're sharing an intimate moment. And JiUk doesn't know any of this backstory, so he's just thinking, okay,
we're making progress.
This is nice.
I won't say no.
It's like when your preschool girlfriend kisses you on the playground. So he's just kind of like, what was that? And she goes, oh, I had to give you a kiss. And she's like, no way. Was that your first kiss? And then he's going, that wasn't even a kiss. It was like a peck. Or somebody's saying they're arguing about whether it's a kiss or a peck.
Right.
Well, he just like pulls her in for an actual kiss. And it makes it super awkward the next day in the morning because they haven't established what they are to each other.
Or are not.
Or exactly.
Yeah.
So they're halfway between this is a facade and I like you. And so
you might be really cute to me.
In the morning at breakfast, we have HaeSeong, good lord, being like upset with him for not establishing that. And he comes to breakfast and it's all three girls and him. And they're arguing about the peck or the kiss, the peck or the kiss. And then HeeSeong goes, this is like poop and diarrhea arguing about who's worse. And then HaeYeong goes, who's poop? And JiUk goes, she's the diarrhea, right? And then poor JaYeon, she just goes over her breakfast because they're eating like sausage.
Let me have my food in peace.
Yeah, that would not be a...
I mean, I don't know.
it makes me want to gag right now. So I had to read it. There is a moment after... This is where GyuHyeon has stormed into JiUk's room.
Okay.
And is like...
Who do you think you are?
You're... Who... Yeah, like...
That.
Too tired for this.
It's the middle of the day.
I need my nap. GyuHyeon is like, you've come here to steal my empire, to steal my inheritance. What is wrong with you? And she's like, I didn't want to be here. This is your dad's fault.
Go yell at him.
Yeah, seriously. And so he gets fired, right? No.
Is threatened. He's
threatened to be fired, and so is HaeYeong. So they go to work the next day and they see on there that he has been fired. JiUk's been laid off and HaeYeong has been demoted from the team leader. They have this moment in the front of the lobby where they're standing off to each other because JiUk's like, this is not fair for you to bring HaeYeong into this when she didn't know who I was. I didn't tell her that I was the chairman's illegitimate child. And so he is like, I need to talk to you right now. And they're just posting up against each other. And we see these two ladies over across the way holding this web novel. And it's called Critical Error. And she just drops it and goes, oh! And we see in her mind the way this is playing out, where he's saying, HaeYeong no longer has to stand in our way. And
for us to be together.
And so, in her mind, they're like the lovers that have finally been able to meet. Well, they hate each other's guts, and they're brothers, estranged half brothers. And I just thought that was really funny. What do you have?
Sisters learning the full truth behind their foster mom's illness.
Okay.
Because that was really big.
Go ahead.
It's only been HaeYeong and JaYeon who've known about it, because obviously they live in the same house.
Well, HaeYeong didn't know that JaYeon knew.
Right. But HaeYeong was like, her mom had already set everything up of like, everything is taken care of. I've put myself, in a facility because and the healing between the two of, rather than why won't you go see mom, why won't you talk about mom, to like, I'm here for you, like you can share this information with me, and then when JaYeon is like, yeah, I've known, I mean, I live here, how could I not know? There's the mail, there's like,
well, it was more that their mother had told JaYeon when they reconnected years later, after her father murdered her husband.
Right.
She told her in the streets, she was like, I have a disease, I'm forgetting. Even like injures HeeSeong, who's trying to help restrain her. She doesn't recognize her, and so that's just hard.
I mean, she's to the point where she doesn't even recognize her own daughter. So how would she recognize? Because of seeing her dad. And
the same way he did to her.
The same way he had done to her, but she's just like, and no, we have to leave. Like, we need to go now, and just grabs his hand and just takes off, and they're running through all these different alleys, and then when they finally stop,
he takes her up to his office. She sees HaJun's desk. He starts to reenact this scene from her webtoon, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Do you not recognize it from your own novel?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah." And so they have this little interaction where it's just very
it's
cute.
very adorable.
At this point, he's gone back through and reread her novel and like commented nice things to replace
all of the nasty
horrible comments. What's his name?
Well, and then in that same scene of just the other side of YiLin and WooJae, of like, she's not stupid and he is a the inflection of your tone of whenever you're talking about HaeYeong, like,
And
and so then that was the other side of that whole thing too, of for problems if this is a continual, like, for all parties here.
my next one was the brother bonding that happens. HaJun says, if you call more than 10 times, no, if you call more than 5 times, she doesn't want to hear from you. You need to stop. And then JiUk pipes up over the wall and he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean more than 5 times? I've called her 17. They realize that Chaeyeon's father and that's probably why they're being so distant. So they come to this agreement where they're going to call each other's women to see if they're truly.
The initial shock for the two of them of whatever the situation was for JiUk. The next one I have is when JaYeon's dad comes back. I'm pretty sure. Make sure you're reading all of your emails. Make sure you're looking at all of your texts. Like, I can't tell you why, but you need to be doing this. Some pretty severe fear of, like, he's going to come back to try and find me.
Mm-hmm.
Part of her not answering is she was trying to finish like, I have no parents, so thanks for that. But then GyuHyeon coming in and
liked what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any new episodes. We'd love to connect with you on our Instagram at The KDrama Show. For more behind-the-scenes content, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. Links are in the show notes. Thanks for hanging out with us on The KDrama Show with Ashley and Kim, and we'll see you next time.